Morning world, welcome to Thursday 23rd of January. 3 team aren't happy. And why are they not happy, I hear you ask? Well, they're not happy because I can't let them use that. We got a little bit of a problem. And that problem is, I'll show you. Well, I would show you, except I forgot I can't actually get to it from here. Can I be arsed to take all? No, I can't. So this morning, we had our chipper serviced. So two very nice young chaps from GA Ground Care that Ashley sent out, come out and they've basically been through the machine, done a service, sort of engine, fluids, filters, sort of brakes out, tension bead belt up. Everything is done, but when they did the service, they found a little bit of a problem. So, this Evo 165D, D for diesel, was one of the first machines of its mark that they made. So literally, this machine was developed more or less at the same time as when the government relaxed the rules and regulations regarding towing trailers. So before, a few years ago, you couldn't tow a trailer over 750 kilos unless you'd passed your trailer test. Well, I think COVID paid to that because basically a lot of the transport and everything else came to a standstill because of it. So they scrapped that. So at the same time, at the beginning of COVID, we were looking to change our chipper anyway. Greenmech had just bought this model out. So this weighs just over a ton. I can't remember the exact weight. I could look at the plate if I could find it. It's just over a ton. So I ordered one straight away. I thought, right, everybody's going to be thinking of it. It was all in the press that the weights were going to be scrapped. That was all going to be all right. All my guys could tow this machine. We'd been, for the 3 or 4 years before that, well, even more than that, 10 years, we'd be buying the smaller, lightweight 750 kilos machine that anybody could drive. 750 kilos machines are all right. They're easy to push around by hand, but they don't have the weight and they don't have the poke to really push stuff through. I mean, they're good, but nothing compared to that. So we ordered this machine, and this must have been one of the first few. Hang on, let's see if I can find, where's your serial number? Can I read that? Not really. I don't know if you can read that or not. Anyway, you have to take my word for it. This is one of the first machines off the line. I think when Ash had the first 2 machines delivered from the manufacturer, from Greenmech, I had one of the first 2 that they had at GA Ground Care. So they've been through the R&D, done all their due diligence and all that sort of stuff, done all their certificates, everything, but there's always the potential when you're buying a new model of a machine that after a little while a weakness can be found. And they did find a weakness on this machine in the flywheel. How hard is it for me to open this thing up? Can I can't take that off. I'm not going to take it apart. Anyway, there is a hairline crack. Not in the main substance of the flywheel, but on one of the fins. And it was a fault that Greenmech had found, and every time they service one of these first machines, they look for it. Well, they looked for it, and they found it. Long story short, they've advised us not to use this. I mean, the chances are we could carry on using this for months, nothing would go wrong, we would even have known. But because a crack has been detected, they have advised us not to use it, because if that piece of the flywheel was to detach itself, the damage it could do. Right, that was quite an important phone call, but a good one. I was pleased to get it. So anyway, the flywheel has to be taken out of this, be sent back to Greenmech. They've got to cut a little bit of metal out and then weld another piece of metal back in and then balance it all up. It will come back to me, I'm assuming, with a new set of bearings and a new set of blades, and it'll be all refitted. And even though this machine is, what, maybe even, yeah, got to be 4 years old, if not 5. They're going to do the whole lot under warranty. Will not cost me a penny. So the only thing I got to put with was a bit of inconvenience that they're going to have to take this away. They're currently now looking for a machine for me to have to borrow while this is being done. Apparently Ashley said they've got a little 150, which is what we used to have, a slightly smaller machine than this. A 150 that we can borrow for the week, 10 days while they take this. So I've got to say, although it is an issue with the machine and it is going to cause us a bit of inconvenience, other than the flywheel, the machine is in A1 tip-top condition, apart from a bit of mud. You know, we can look past that. Yeah, it's going to come back with bearings, bushes, blades, and a very, very safe flywheel. So, yeah. But the guys currently have a great big pile of brash. And they rang me up and said, can we have the chipper back? And I said, no. And they've gone, oh, what are we going to do with this pile of brash? I said, is it out the way? They go, it is. Can it wait till next week before we chip it up? Well, the customer, I said, oh no, but can it? Well, it could. I said, so we're going to have to do that. So fortunately, we're working out in the sticks, on a farm actually, and although it is in the customer's front garden, I don't think she's going to mind having a pile of brash there over the weekend. Maggie. So anyway, because Greenmech have been here all morning, or the guys, I haven't actually got in here because I let them use the workshop because it was piddling down with rain. I let them use the workshop to work in the dry, so I couldn't go anywhere. And now the ground is so flipping wet, I'm not going to do any edge trimming this afternoon anyway, because we did have quite a shower. So I'm going to go look at tree work instead. Look at that. Shiny. Sunshine. So Mrs. P is doing dinner. It's actually quite late in the day. It's 12:30. Something else we've got to look at is I've got to get another set of belts for this fella. Belts are okay. Guys, tighten up all I go, but we did notice that there was a little bit of cracking on them. So I think we've already gone through one set of belts. It was a learning curve with this machine, with the belts, and learning how quick you can put the brake on. So if you get something slowing or sticking in there, you kind of need to put the brake on. That takes the tension off the belts. So, there you go. There's a spring should be working there, I'm sure. Maybe not. But yeah, so we had somebody come in today asking me about firewood. They wanted to do firewood. I shan't say any names. An old friend of ours, and I said, well, yeah, you can do, and the pros and cons with firewood and how we do it and how we do that and everything else. And he was trying to ask about machinery. This little Hacky Pilky F1 Eagle, as we call it, I don't think they make these anymore. So, but I gotta say, I saw this thing first at, I think it was the APF show, probably 10 years ago. And I thought then, oh, what's a natty little machine? And I gotta say, it is. The screw splitter, well, screw splitters aren't the best things in the world. And this isn't what I would call a fully professional machine. This is like a semi-pro machine. Hang on a second, let's move that. So the diameter of timber we can cut is literally only about that, so about 6 inches. It won't cut big timber, but actually I could have done that without, I know I do. But for the smaller stuff, it's fast. It's faster than a chainsaw, cleaner than a chainsaw, less waste than a chainsaw, and you haven't got to bend down. So yeah, found that to be a really good machine. So other machines, well, Rinier, I've got one to get rid of. I've advertised it a couple of times, but no one's ever taken it. We have got a branch logger, all right? So, and this thing is just sat in the yard, well, gathering dust. If you've got a small piece of woodland and you want a machine for converting your coppice waste into firewood, brilliant. I thought it was a great idea when we bought that. We bought that at the APF probably 8 years ago. And well, you can see by the wear and tear in there, it's not had a lot of use. It was one of those things where I thought, oh, I've got an option for the guys that if we're out doing some smaller work, they can either bag up stuff and we can sell it as, well, no. This machine will only do material up to maximum 3 inches in diameter, whereas that one will do like 6-7 inches in diameter, and that's a lot faster, and that blows it out the chimney into the back of the truck, and that thing just empties it into bags. So if you put it on a scale of work, that is less than half of the work of that. They never took it. You know, I said, oh, you could take the branch logger that job. Ah, right, okay. Or you can chip it. Okay. They always chipped it. But we use a lot of wood chip. Didn't matter to me. So it was a good idea. It works. We actually had it running last year. One of the main jets was blocked up in it. So we unblocked the jet. It runs. So yeah, if you want a branch logger, the dust you can have for free. Branch logger might cost you a few quid. But if you've got a job for it, good tool. All right, Ollie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did I startle you?
Alexa, stop.
Did I startle you a little tiny weeny bit?
You always got a muffin to the face.
A muffin in the face? What are you making? Muffins? Is it all muffins?
Here's a muffin. I thought.
What's that? Coffee what? Coffee crumble?
The coffee I got you at the house.
Oh, I saw some in the house. Yeah, that for me, is it?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, thank you. All right. That smells better. Ooh, what's that?
The cheese and bacon.
Nearer. Bring it nearer so I can smell it.
They're for Bish. You can't eat those ones. But
So what? These are sausage rolls in cheesy.
cheese, bacon, and fried onion.
Mmm.
No one on the website.
They're naughty. Oh yeah, Holly's got a new website. You can order stuff. What's your website called, Holly?
The thing is, I don't know how to do it. It's a Summit website, so I have to give you the link because it's not actually. You have to go through a link at the moment.
A link?
Yes.
Can you give me that link and I can add it to the bottom in the description box in the video?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do that?
You get all the pies.
Do I
We
get
had our first order?
Yeah, do I get any commission for that?
Sausage rolls.
I get a
And
sausage.
pies.
Oh, I get a sausage. So if you buy something, I'll put a link in the description box below. So if you buy something, I might get a sausage roll. Is that what we're
Or
saying?
a steak pie.
Or a steak pie.
Steak pie today.
Is it with our steak?
Our steak, salmon steak.
Well, that free steak.
Actually, that's from the box that I paid for.
Oh, right. So you haven't started with the box you haven't paid for yet.
started the box
Oh, right.
yet.
Okay, that's okay then.
Yeah. So
Right.
payment is coming.
Yeah, okay. After you pay for the 2 fridges you just bought.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
My meat fridge is dying on me.
Yeah. Holly had to go and spend money on fridges.
Yeah. Well, means I can take on more orders.
All right.
Now we can.
Okay.
we can
You can do more work.
do more
You
work.
get a bed earlier.
Yeah. Be more productive in a day instead of my brain going 5 more minutes.
Yeah. All right. All right. check out the description box below the video, and I'll put a link to your webpage, whatever it is. That's okay. That's what dads do.
It's for our pantry. It's mainly the savoury stuff and then a couple of sweet things.
All right, okay. Savoury stuff's better than sweet stuff. Yeah, okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, yeah. See you later.
Bye.
It's not running anymore, but it is wet. Right, a quick look at the cattle, and then not quite sure what I'm going to do next. Reg rang me. Our last load of wheat is going out tomorrow morning, so I want to go and see that. Apparently it's going to rain tonight and be wet all night, so I won't be hedge trimming tomorrow, and I doubt very much he'd be ploughing tomorrow if it's wet all night either. You can have a fresh bed later on, and you... Well, maybe we'll do something in there later. Maybe we'll have a clear, because if it's going to be wet all night, maybe we'll get this yard ready and clean, just in case. But you're not going to go hungry for a few hours anyway, are you? No. I just had a phone call from Keith at Windowcraft. So I was going to go out this afternoon and look at tree work. That was the intention, but they've just informed me that they're going to be here in about an hour, and hopefully we're going to find out what the issue. I mean, it's probably just take these two latches off, and they'll look inside and they'll go, ooh, yeah, and ooh, or ooh, and then we'll see if we can fix this door. So, because at the moment, don't look at the dirt on it, all right? It's a farm, okay? Doggies and stuff, dirty farmers. Anyway, so at the moment, to feed the dogs, because that's where we feed the dogs in the back kitchen or the porch, Mrs. P has to go out through this door and then round the corner, and then she has to go in to this door to where the dogs sleep to do their food. Yeah, don't look at the state of that either, because there's some paw prints on there. Someone's been up on there with their face in that probably. So this is where, if you didn't already know, this is where our dogs spend the nights. She fed the meter yesterday. So Pepper's bed, Pickle's bed, and then they can come in and out as they please through the dog flap. So this is a underfloor heated room. One or two of a couple of people said, oh, why don't you let the collies come and sleep in the house and blah, blah, blah. Well, these are outdoor dogs, okay? They don't really want to be, although they would quite happily come and sit in front of the fire. You got wet feet, get down, get down. So they're not doing their job. Their job is to let me, would you stop it? Keep your feet to yourself. No, keep your feet feet down. Feet down. Feet down. So their job is, pack it in. Their job is, in a minute, right, their job is to tell us if anyone's around out there. Not to chew anybody or bite chunks off, just their job is to tell us. So for those of you that have been concerned about my poor dogs that have to live outside and all that wet and horrible nasty, they don't. It's underfloor heated. They're in there. They're quite comfy. Anyway, so the Windowcraft guys are going to come and take the door apart and fix that, I hope. And then Mrs. P can go. You are such an attention. In here. Right, I'm actually getting a wet leg. She keeps doing that. Speaking of wet. Yeah, we're not going to be doing no hedge trimming today. No. Right, okay. GL5, 5 something something. So, right, so Windowcraft have just gone. They've been in and they've managed to take the door apart. The latch mechanism on the door, although it operated the latch right next to the handle, the top and bottom ones were completely disconnected. It was broken inside. Fortunately, there was a second, which I didn't even know was there, a second latch the little square thing that the square bar goes through, that there's the handle. There was 2 of them, and the second one wasn't broken, or not broken as much. It was partially jammed with bits from the first one that was broken. Sorry, I'm waffling. Anyway, managed to get the door open. We are going to have to order some bits for it, but they have gone off with the old bits to get some new bits, and they're going to come back and fix. I haven't got to buy a new door, basically. Happy days. So right now I am off to Woodchester to look at a cherry tree that I was supposed to look at 2 weeks ago, and I forgot. And the customer rang up and said, "You ever going to come and look at this tree?" And I go, "Remind me where you are." And he gave me the address. I go, "Oh yeah, that was me. I forgot." So yeah, anyway, Woodchester, here I come. He's quite mighty for a wild cherry, but it's definitely seen better days. So I reckon he's touching 21 meters, something like that. So, right, that was keep him out of mischief for a day. Good day. Right, I'll brave the traffic home again now. Actually, I might just call into Clark's and see if they've done our number plates. So I could pick them up while I'm here, couldn't I? That's a plan. Right, no joy with the number plates, unfortunately. It was the boss man was doing them himself, and he's poorly. So I did say it wasn't like someone's waiting for a number plate for their car and it's like all singing, all dancing, dead urgent, but it would be nice to get them done if we can. So we'll be back